So here now, retired four-star General Jack Keane, Fox News strategic analyst, senior strategic analyst, and chairman of the Institute for the Study of War. General, good to see you. Your thoughts on what we witnessed last night between President Trump and Kim Jong Un?
Well, I think everybody around the president, to include himself, I think has got the impression that Kim Jong Un has made a strategic policy change, that he wants to move away, as you defined it, from the status quo as we know it, to something fundamentally different, to open up maybe peace and prosperity for his country. We're in the beginning of that process, to be sure, and we've got to get to the facts and the details of it. To me, Martha, the essence of it will come down to this. When our people put in front of them, we need to know where all of your nuclear facilities are located, to include your fuel sites, your research and test centers, and your ballistic missiles. We believe unclassified 10 to 20 nuclear weapons, 70 to 80 ballistic missiles. We know where most of that is, but not where all of that is. When they put those identification and locations on the table, if they are lying to us, we will know that because we know where most of it is. And that will be very revealing to us. If they are really going to disclose where everything is that we're interested in denuclearizing, that is fundamentally step one to moving towards verification of all of those systems that they identify. So that step has yet to be taken, and when it does, it'll be very revealing to everybody.
What did you make of the president saying we don't really need to do these exercises, the biannual exercises with South Korea? It's provocative. That was the word the president used, and unnecessary. Is he right?
Well, I think this is likely came out of negotiations, is my take on it. I don't think it was on the table going in. I think it's something maybe Kim Jong Un mentioned about it being provocative that we fly nuclear bombers up to almost to the border of North Korea, and he senses that is an act of aggression in a sense, despite the fact of all of his acts of aggression that his regime has done for years. So here's what I think. If you listen to what the president said, it's conditions-based. The major exercise that's upcoming is spring of 2019. Martha, we're going to know by the end of this year if these guys are really serious about denuclearization. And starting up that exercise again, and starting up sanctions again, and beginning cyber offensive operations in the North Korean regime, all of those are things that are on the table if they're not serious. So I think the media is not Fox, but is overreacting to this in many senses, that we made a major concession. We really haven't made any concession whatsoever. We've thrown them a bone, so to speak. Provocative is probably a poor choice for the president to use because it's likely Kim Jong Un's turn. The money involved in it is not significant.
All right, and as you say, that's a great point, General, that when you say that we're going to not continue with these exercises, it gives you leverage when you get around to that point next spring if things aren't going the way that you like. I want to play something interesting for you that the White House put out. This is the video that was put together by the administration to play for Kim Jong Un, and it's interesting to play this video with the fact in mind that Kim Jong Un's father was a big film buff and very involved in the film industry, such as it is in North Korea, and in making these kinds of trailers. So perhaps that was the reason behind trying to reach him this way. Let's play a little bit of it.
There comes a time when only a few are called upon to make a difference. But the question is, what difference will the few make? Be part of that world where the doors of opportunity are ready to be opened. Investment from around the world, where you can have medical breakthroughs, an abundance of resources, innovative technology, and new discoveries. What if? Can history be changed?
What do you think about that, General?
I think that's fundamentally based on our intelligence and our understanding of where Kim Jong-un's head is, as best we can determine it. Educated in Switzerland, traveled around Europe, has an understanding of the West. He's got 40 to 50 years in front of him in power. He wants something different for himself, for his family, for that country. The status quo that we currently have, which is tension and crisis, is something I think he wants to move away from. And that that is why that video was produced.
Yeah, it's an interesting carrot to dangle. General, thank you very much. Great to see you as always.